Welcome everyone. This is the third episode of the Intuitive Millionaire Coach Show. My name is Ann Deidre and this is my husband Dean. We're going to be taking some calls for people today from 5:30 to 6, so be sure to call in if you would like a spot reading or coaching. The number is 603-413-0223. And today we're starting a different chapter, if you will, on the program. I've invited Dana DaCosta to coach with me over the next 4 or so weeks for the first half hour of the program. I've been intuitively coaching people for several years now, and what I've discovered is that we have a great amount of wealth within us. What I mean by that is that our gifts, our talents, our purpose in our life really is within us. Along with that, we have blocks at times, things that people have said to us over the years, or emotional blocks that we may have to find and discover these inner gifts. So we're going to start out the program today. We've got Dana on the line. And welcome, Dana.
Hi, Ann.
So good to have you on with me today. I met Dana several years ago at one of my first events that I ever did readings at in Massachusetts. And after speaking with Dana, I felt that she'd be a really good candidate to do this live television coaching with. So Dana, if you'd like to, feel free to say anything you'd like about yourself. And after that, I'm going to be going into the root chakra, or what I call the foundation center. Okay, so if you want to just introduce yourself briefly, that would be great.
Okay, thank you, Ann. My name is Dana DaCosta. I am a single parent, and I do work full-time. I am currently a Reiki master. I will be training and getting certified to be a Reiki master teacher in October, and I'm very excited about this, to be able to teach people how to give and receive Reiki for themselves and their loved ones. And I just adopted another daughter, my daughter's best friend, who's homeless. I've taken her in, and so now I have 2 girls at home. And it's kind of an overwhelming life I have at the moment, and I'm hoping, Ann, you can help me, get direction on where I need to go to get out of my current position I'm in at work and create some abundance and happiness and fulfillment with my soul purpose.
Wonderful.
And I'm very grateful to have this free coaching. It's something I could really use, and I'm forever grateful to you. Thank you so much, Ann.
You're so welcome, Dana. Thank you. It's truly an honor. And I want to give out your website, too. It's danadacosta.com. Is that right, Dana?
Oh, yes. Yep, DANADACOSTA.com. I just published it. I'm not finished tweaking it, but it is a good start. Yes, definitely. Thank you.
Great. Okay, I'm going to say my prayer as we begin, and I'm going to call in your higher divine self, my higher divine self. I'm going to call in the masters of light, the hierarchy of light, the teachers of light. I'm going to ask the highest good to come through, highest and best one you can ever imagine. Thank you, we're in protected space. I'm a clear and pure channel today for Dana while we share. Thank you, God. Amen.
Amen.
All right, Dana. Like I said, I've been doing spot readings and coaching on the show for several weeks now, a couple weeks, and I still offer those as a service to do a 1-hour reading. But my coaching programs, what I've discovered from working with people, like I said, is like a lot of things just can't change necessarily in an hour. You can receive some great insight and awareness, but I've discovered for myself and from working with others that continuous change and inquiry into the things that are going on in our lives is what really helps us break through to another level. You understand?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to start today. I'm going to, like I said, it's a little bit different than what I've done the past couple weeks, but we're going to start to work. First of all, I'm going to talk about the different wealth centers, and we're going to be working for a while together, Dana. So I kind of want to give you a little preview about how this is going to work. The first center, and you're a Reiki master teacher, which is fabulous, so you understand the chakra system already to begin with, correct?
I do. Yes, I do.
Yeah. Okay, so we understand the root center. I've renamed it the foundation, so I'll use those words interchangeably. The second center is the sacral center. Again, for anybody that isn't aware of what I'm talking about right now, you can Google chakras. They're spiritual energy centers in the body. They go from root to crown. There's more than 7, but these are the main ones we're going to be discussing, and they are your absolute connection to God's spirit source, and holds great information for you, like I said. The second center I've renamed creativity and truth. Now, foundation has to do with, let's start over. Foundation has to do with feeling secure, feeling like you're really connected with your life purpose, feeling like you have your basic needs met. If you've heard of Maslow's hierarchy of needs, it's a roof over your head, you have enough food to eat, those kinds of things have to do with your root or foundation center, as I call it. Connected to the earth. Creativity and truth is the second chakra. That has to do with your joy, your honoring your feelings, your sensuality, your creativity. So those are some of the things when I call the creativity and truth center. The third center is the solar plexus chakra, and that has to do with, I call it the power center. Has to do with aligning your will with God's will, has to do with feeling like you have control over your life, has to do with feeling like you are not subjected to the opinions of other people and that you're helpless and powerless and all those kinds of feelings. The fourth center is the heart center. I call it the love center. Has to do with giving and receiving unconditional love. It's a gateway or portal to divine wisdom. A lot of people are starting now to, think with their heart. You hear, instead of your head, you're just really in tune with your true nature as opposed to logically or thinking things through. Okay. The fifth center is the throat chakra, and I'm calling it the communication well center. That has to do with how you communicate. If you have an out of balance throat chakra, you're either going to stifle your emotions or you're stifle what you say, so you end up, giving somebody the cold shoulder or not talking to them, or you're yelling and screaming. So that's just a throat chakra that's out of balance. And what we want is healthy, authentic communication from our heart. So we're communicating and just expressing ourselves in an authentic and honest way. And when we do that, people are less apt to be defensive, and things tend to go more smoothly. So that's why it's important to have a healthy communication center. The sixth chakra, if you will, is your third eye of intuition. I call it the intuition well center. That's where your spiritual abilities are, your psychic abilities, your clairvoyance, which is being able to see in your mind's eye things. Clairaudience is being able to hear your guidance. Clairsentience is feeling your guidance. Just feel something is off. You just feel like you know something. That's clairsentience. And claircognizance is when you just know something. You don't know why you know it. I just know this. It's claircognizance. That's a spiritual channel, and that's connected to your intuition center, which is right here, your third eye. The seventh center is source, your seventh chakra. At the top of your head, it's your direct connection to divine spirit. So like I said, when I work with people in the programs, my programs tend to run 6 months to even a year now, going deeply into each of these 7 centers. And then I'm working with intensives with people to really zoom in on life purpose, soul purpose. A lot of things have to do with creativity, writing, healing work, Dana. So I'm really excited to work with you and get going, today, just to start and begin to dig into your foundation center. And Dana said that she was willing to discuss anything that came up. When I work intuitively, I may find a block that you've had for years. And so once I shine some light on it, or we discuss it, or show awareness of it, I always ask the person, are you willing to release this? And once they do, to me, it's like picking the weeds out of the flower garden, because once we get rid of all this stuff that's bogged us down, suddenly we're blooming and blossoming. And it's really quite beautiful. So today, Dana, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to call on Archangel Michael in the light, and we're going to, I'm going to tune in for a minute. And this foundation center resonates to the color red. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to go back and describe some of the values or qualities, if you will, of the foundation center. And then after I'm done talking, Dana, I want you to start to talk about some things for you that are maybe brought up when I mention these things. Okay. So we're talking about this foundation center. Go back. We're talking about feeling like we're connected to our purpose, like we have a roof over our heads. Like, if you ever lost a job, you have that real shaky feeling. Those kinds of things are in the very foundation of our body. So when I'm talking about things like that, please just describe for me anything that you've ever felt that may have thwarted that area, or any kind of pain that you may have felt around that area, and I'll see what I get for you.
Okay. Well, it's funny you mention that. Today, before I went to work, a window in my home was leaking. It was pouring terribly, and I had resealed it myself not that long ago, and obviously I didn't do such a great job. And it was pouring water through, and the fan in the bathroom broke. And when things like that happen, I feel very insecure about where I live. And I feel kind of helpless because I don't have the right tools or the knowledge to repair it myself. But I try to remain positive when it is happening. I try to bring myself out of this feeling of fear that the place is going to fall apart on me. But I do have those fears.
Okay. All right. Well, the first thing that came up, go ahead, because I also read by voice. So as you're talking, I have like another little voice here, my clairaudience, that's filling me in on some things and like showing me some of your strengths. And I'm hearing, some things where some of these feelings may have first begun. The first thing I picked up on is that you said you sealed it, but you didn't do a very good job. And it's like, first thing I realized, like, I don't think I would have even sealed it to begin with. You know what I'm saying? So there's something there, like, hey, Dana sealed this, that's something. So let me see what I pick up on that. Did you feel very early in life that I feel like there was a sort of confidence that you had that may have gotten dashed. Does that make sense?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Absolutely.
Okay,
I did grow up in a household where there was very little approval, a lot of criticism. Nothing was ever right.
But inside, I feel like you felt like, I know how to do things. So initially, I feel a great confidence. Do you remember being in touch with that feeling? Like the I can do anything feeling?
Yes, and I still feel that way sometimes. It's a great feeling when I do feel that way, but yes, absolutely.
Okay. All right. Let's work a little bit more. My goal would be to help you feel that way more often than not, because you see, the fact that you can feel that way, no matter if it's for 5 minutes or 50 years, you're in touch with that feeling. You understand?
Yes.
So then we got to work on the things that you might be telling yourself to throw you off that feeling.